Senator Klobuchar, I know when I was working there, one of the constant conversations is the White House doesn't understand what we're going through. You have a White House that understands. You have a veteran senator who's now become president. You have Ron Klain, who worked in the Senate. That you have people who understand exactly what you're going to have to do to juggle confirmations, all of these important confirmations, a Senate impeachment trial, and the legislative agenda of the Biden administration, beginning with COVID relief. How would you suggest tracking at those three things at the same time?
American people right now are juggling everything, and we should be able to do the same thing in the Senate. And when I think about working with the Biden administration, I first think I just saw Jen on TV actually answering questions. We haven't had that for 4 years. I just saw your program in which you had a thoughtful discussion with future Secretary Buttigieg, as well as with Ron Klain, about what we need to do. And I figure if Mitch McConnell really wants to work with us, and he is negotiating with Senator Schumer through the last few days, we can do this. We can do a confirmation hearings and get these nominees through. I'm hoping we get 2 more done tomorrow. We can do an impeachment hearing in the afternoons, and we can pass legislation at night. American people are doing it. They're balancing their laptops on their desks and their toddlers on their knees. Their first graders are learning the mute button just to learn to read. And this is not the time to mess around with politics as usual. I know that Leader Schumer feels that way. We just got our 3 new senators sworn in yesterday, and we are ready to go.
Congressman Jeffries, what beyond the COVID relief bill, what else is on the House legislative agenda that you believe needs to go early? I'm not sure we have Congressman Jeffries' video or audio anymore. Senator Klobuchar, let me go back to you, and let me go back on the same question. The challenge with an agenda is always timing, and it is a detailed process trying to figure out exactly how to lay that out, especially in the first year. The first 18 months are the most valuable time of any presidency. That's where all the big accomplishments usually occur. What do you believe after COVID relief should be the legislative priorities of the Biden administration?
Well, let me make clear that COVID relief and the pandemic package we have to get through to get the vaccines out, distributed, expanding production, has to go hand in hand with economic relief for the American people. And President Biden has laid out very clearly what he would like to do with direct help for people, as well as continuing to help struggling small businesses. But then there are other priorities. Immigration reform, Lawrence, ripe for work. We actually had a bipartisan agreement on a major piece of immigration reform with DACA, the Dreamers, and with the temporary workers that were here. And we had a bunch of Republicans on that, and we were gut punched by the Trump administration. Those Republicans are still interested in working with us on immigration reform. I would put that high on the list. Infrastructure, something that Joe Biden loves. That's something that has tended to have bipartisan support. Moving forward on climate change, something our world cannot wait for. So all of these things are things that we must do, and the American people have been waiting too long.
Congressman Jeffries, immigration reform is a major promise of the Biden administration. It's January 21st now. On what date can people expect to see the House moving immigration reform?
Well, the legislation is going to be carried by Congresswoman Linda Sanchez of California. We're excited that she'll be leading the effort in the House. It'll be, of course, before the Judiciary Committee. Chairman Nadler has made clear that immigration reform will be a high priority amongst many other bills that we're going to have to move forward in the area of racial and social justice. For instance, the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, as well as the John Robert Lewis Voting Rights Act, so we can finally end the era of voter suppression. There's a lot of work to do because the Trump administration has done so much damage to the fabric of America, and we are ready to move forward.
Senator Amy Klobuchar and Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, thank you very much for joining us at the end of this first full day of the Biden-Harris administration. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Lawrence.